Yes, there we go. Great. So once again, I'd like to welcome you all to our amazing, amazing Wow Wednesday evening, which has become one of our most favorite evenings. And it's an evening where we just share incredible value with our amazing secret community and our friends and family as well. This evening, I have a very, very amazing speaker, a lady that I met in one of a network session that I was invited to, and for some reason I just connected with her immediately, and I have no doubt in the course of time that I've interacted with her why we have connected. I know we're going to do great things together going forward. But in the meantime, our topic today is maintaining a life-work balance. And a lot of times, most of us think that we've got it all covered. And another thing is, in this age and time we are, most families literally need several streams of income to just live a normal life. We're not talking about an extraordinary life anymore. Both father and mother are out there. The hustle is real. You have things pulling you in all directions. You have the family, you have your education, you have, the ability to just live a normal life, or what do you call it, an average life, if I may put it that way. And for those who want to live an above average life, so you're all over the place. And in the process, something is suffering, or a lot of things are suffering. And that is something we overlook. That song that you listen to just put it very nice and easy and simple, but it takes a lot to actually be able to maintain a work-life balance. And I thought about who will better, share with us her perspective of how we can do this. And she immediately came to mind because of her expertise, her own experience in the way her life was, and how she's been able to turn her life into something that is, balance is a work in progress. I don't want to say something that is completely balanced. I know it's a constant work in progress, but she is not only done it for herself, she's helping a lot of people to do that as well. So without further ado, I'm going to immediately introduce our speaker this evening. As usual, she will share with us the nuggets that she has for us today for our learning. And then after that, if you have any specific questions, please post it on the chat groups, and we'll endeavor to take it before our time is up for the day. And feel free to post your questions on the chat book, and I'll pick them up once she has finished sharing her own nuggets. And this is really, a very, very important topic that will help every single family, every single individual, every single business person, every single person on this call who is striving to have more than one stream of income. You want to have a holistic life. And I'm so glad to have this incredible lady who I'm going to introduce now. And Thandi is an innovative business and human capital strategist who works with leaders, teams, and individuals in order to empower them to achieve their goals and their best selves in everything they do. So that is her business, and that is her person, that is her goal and her target. And she has worked in senior leadership and executive positions in various organizations and corporates. She's also driven by the purpose of co-creating opportunities for growth in individuals and businesses, as well as making a difference in their lives. Her work experience, she's been in corporate for over 20 or 30 odd years, started her career in St. Luke's Hospice, where she also served as part of the executive team, moved on to Rent to Kill. She was a consultant responsible for key client relationships and stakeholder management as well. She also worked with Old Mutual, of course, in senior high-level managerial capacity, and in heading the policy and administrative area, managing highly effective teams and financial service industry as well, and ended up with De Beers. You know how big it is, leading whole human resources function and working as an executive in the ESCO in such a massive, big company. So she has, that wealth of experience and was pulled. And she's also a family woman. She married with children, has all that responsibility, was literally living in the air. In fact, when I chatted with her, she's like, I don't remember one week that I literally spent the whole week at home. guys. So how did she turn all that around? And that's what we're going to hear this evening. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our incredible speaker, Mrs. Thandi, Juliet Mabena. Thank you so much. I'll just quickly spotlight you as well. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us this evening. I know how busy you are. I know today I was at a conference that you invited me to. You were one of the speakers there, and I was feeling so cool with myself that we were going to have you on our show this evening. And trust me, you are in the midst of an incredible group of people that I've been working with for some time, and they are so eager and looking forward to be blessed by you this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Thandi Mabena our warm, secret welcome. Let her feel the love from us as we welcome her this evening. So thank you so much again, Thandi. Yeah, good to have you this evening. Hope you've gotten a chance to have a breather after today.
Oh my goodness. Am I on mute still?
No, we can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you so much. I feel very welcome. I can't see all of you, but Ziggy, when people are asking questions, please do help me to attend to those that have their hand up. If you can't hear me clearly, please do say so. If you can, that's fine. If you love something that I've said, give me a thumbs up to give me some encouragement. It's late at night, but I have heard all about you, our courageous heroes and heroines, because people that decide to be entrepreneurs and take charge of their lives, they are not cowards. They are people that are courageous, that are brave, to actually hold themselves and decide where their ships are going. And for that, I salute you. In Africa right now, most jobs are created by entrepreneurs. Corporates are no longer employing that many people. And one thing that you are surely doing well is capacitating yourself to be the best that you can in the businesses that you are doing. But tonight we're going to talk about business and well-being, because as business people, sometimes we get overtaken by the desire to achieve. So those are some of the things that we'll be talking about this evening. It's nothing new. Most of the things are stuff that you know, but in conversations like this, we're just reminding one another what is important. Some time back, I read a book by Chinua Achebe. And he's a Nigerian writer.
Yes, absolutely. He's a Nigerian.
And I will not forget, it's many years ago, there was a phrase somewhere which said, when kinsmen meet, it's not because they have got Noy and coffee in their homes. It's just because kinsmen meet so that they can share ideas. And I think this is exactly what we're doing today. Okay. So as an introduction, I'm saying
if you want
that
to make your slide a slideshow so that it's nice and full.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Thanks again. Okay. As a way of introduction, we are all business owners, leaders, professionals, and entrepreneurs, right? I can't see the yeses. Can you see them, Ziggy?
I'm just gonna, so type on the chat box. She's making this interactive. She's just asked us a question. I will go first. Yes. There you go. So it's dropping on the chat box now, yeah?
Okay, fantastic. So we have business owners, leaders, and entrepreneurs on this call. And what I'm saying is that front of mind, because I will continuously address you as entrepreneurs because that's who I understand you to be. I'll address you as business owners because this is what I think you are. And I'll address you as professionals because the business that you are in is a professional business, and therefore you qualify to be in those categories: business owner, leader, professional, and entrepreneur. So front of mind right now, what is important for you is to be successful. I'm going to ask you about the definition of success. Can somebody just type in a chat box what you believe success is? And Ziggy, you can read for us. Please type what you believe success is.
Share with us what's your own definition of success. We're waiting. To me, success is an everyday mission. That's from Wanda.
Oh, that's interesting. Thank you for that.
Is accomplishing your dream.
Amazing, yes. Anything else?
It's the realization of your goals.
Absolutely. We are all right. Let's carry on. And then one of the things that is important to you is growth. And it's growth for yourself, it's growth for your business, it's growth for your market share. And the other thing is innovation and being the best. Because you are in this competitive business, you want to have innovative ways of growing your business. You want to be the best in your game. And this is what occupies your mind most of the time. You want to increase your market share. You want to have more clients. You want to build your business. You want to keep your clients, your customers, your members happy. And you want profits. And you want to actually give to the shareholders of this business, because if they are happy, you're happy. What does this do to us? It leads to a degree of altruistic behaviors. Sometimes we get overtaken by the business at hand or by the work at hand, and we forget that we also have needs, and that those significant others around us have got needs. And then we carry on, and somehow we become oblivious of our immediate significant others. And that's what we do. And that's the altruism that I'm talking about. Because when you have altruistic behaviors, you almost giving into your own needs, giving up your own desires and being there for everybody else. And yet, people want to follow those individuals with a purpose. They want to follow you because you've got a soul and you've got strength, you've got integrity and an admirable life. At the end of the day, when people look at you and they want to do business with you, they must trust that you are having an admirable life. And to them, what's that? You need to have your own purpose as a person. Your own self-leadership becomes very important. Your soul, when you talk to someone, they need to understand that you are there to actually solve their problem. You're not there to increase their problem. They want to see the strength in you. And the strength in you doesn't mean how much physical muscle you've got. It is the mental muscle. It is the emotional muscle. Someone who can hold it together. Someone who understands what they are good at. And someone who understands when to leverage on other people to make themselves better or to make their environment better. Because there's no one single person who has it all. No one single person who knows it all. But someone who is strong and commands a following is someone who understands that I can leverage and thank other people along the way that make me a better person. And acknowledge that. And people that will be authentic and drive their businesses with integrity without taking any shortcuts. There's a statement that I can achieve anything at all costs because I'm a perfectionist. Who believes that this statement is correct? Anybody?
Catherine says false.
Yes, I agree with you. This statement is false. If you hear someone saying they can achieve anything at all cost because they're perfectionists, they're actually on a road to self-destruction. Ziggy earlier on was talking about me in my previous life. I haven't got it any better, but it is true. One day I felt sorry for myself. I think I had come from the UK. I went to London. No, yes. I had left my car at the airport. I went to the UK on a Sunday. I came via Namibia on a Thursday. And on a Saturday, I came via the Cape Town airport to pick up my little bag to go to Joburg. As I was leaving Cape Town, I was listening home and I said, this is not a life. Sometimes some people think it's great to live on aeroplanes and to live in hotels, but there's so much that of the hotel food you can eat, and there's so many planes you can ride. I don't care whether it's business class, first class, whatever class, it can get really taxing. You get onto that plane, you start thinking back about your family, and you start feeling your inadequacy as a parent, as a wife, as a friend, as a sister. So you can't do everything at all cost. Sometimes the opportunity cost is too high for us. It's too high for you. So what is the definition of success? Everyone has a different definition of success. Is success the status of having achieved and accomplished an objective or goal? In other words, it would mean that success is having achieved what you want in your life. Is it that simple? It's important for us to realize that when you have a plan, you can consciously make decisions and take action to get the results that you want. If it's intentional and you've made a conscious decision to achieve this, then it can be defined as success. Winning a lotto is not success. Instead of being reactive, you need to be proactive. Success is achieving something that you have planned and worked for. Success comes as an outcome of something that you've done intentionally and deliberately. It's not an accident. And success sometimes does not manifest in the way that people of this world, which is us, perceive it to be. Because people sometimes think that success is having lots of money. It doesn't mean that. There is qualitative success and there is quantitative success. Qualitative success is when you have a good life. It's when you can tuck your little one in bed, whether it's a baby, whether it's a little dog, whether it's a little cat, whatever is important to you. If you can tuck that little thing in bed that you have and that you value, be it a person or an animal that you value, that for me is success. And if you can, and then the qualitative success is when you spend time with your loved ones, quality time, and you make memories. Not be the kind of person who's got a family album and you're hardly in the album because you're always not available. And not be the kind of person who misses the milestones and somebody asks you when your child started walking and you've got no idea. I've got friends that I have met in my life, and you ask them how old their little child is, and they don't actually know. And one guy actually said, Thandi, I think you must ask the mother because I really don't remember. Is that success? And this is a C-suite kind of guy, a person who holds a 3-letter abbreviated designation of CEO of a blue chip company. I think that's shameful. But okay, let's carry on. Success is not the key to happiness. Success is the key to success. Happiness is the key to success. Do you agree with that saying? Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. Is there anybody that would like to tell me what that means?
Yeah, well, everyone is muted at this stage, so they can
Oh,
post on the
okay.
chat group.
Oh,
And they're
okay.
all saying yes, 100%, yes, 100%. So they agree with you.
Okay, great. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful most of the time. Because if you love what you're doing, it means you are working within your flow. It's effortless. Have you ever seen people that become so successful, and when you ask them, they tell you, I actually don't know how it happened. I just enjoy it so much and I've got no idea how I got here. It's because they're working within their flow. Earlier on, when Ziggy was introducing me, she said that I'm a business coach. And yes, I'm a Gallup certified strength finder. I actually help people reveal their own God-given talents and strengths using the strength finder assessment. It does not measure intelligence of any sort, be it IQ or EQ. It's got nothing to do with the level of education that you have. It just reveals how you are naturally wired. It reveals why you behave the way you behave. It shows you the lens with which you see the world. It shows you the reason why you make the decisions that you make, the reason why you make the choices that you make. It's all dependent on, based on our God-given strength, how we are wired. And if you work within that flow, success will definitely not be the key. Success will not be the key to your happiness, but happiness will be the key to your success, because everything that you will be doing, you will be doing it within a flow. You won't be working so hard at trying to do something which is not in your flow, which is not what you were designed to do. Because each and every one of us, we have chosen to do different things in life just because of the way we are wired, because of the way we are created, because of our strengths. And do you know that there's 1 in 33 million people that have got the same strengths as you? No matter how close or friendly with the person you are, it's almost like your DNA. So it's always important to understand what your strengths are and what are those things that will make you work within your flow and make you successful. And when you get to know that, you get to walk in your purpose. You get to work in your flow. And when you walk in your purpose, all the doors will open. However, the most important thing is that you need to learn to evaluate yourself in the eyes of others. No matter how successful you think you are, just understand how you impact other people's lives. When you approach them, when you talk to them, just be very observant, be a vigilant observer of the impact that you have on people, because you want the people to remember you for the person that you are. And I'm sure that all of us understand that every day we wake up and interact with people, we're writing our history books. And those history books is what will remain in the life library. This is what people will remember about Ziggy. Ziggy was this type of person. Ziggy made me feel this way. Ziggy did these kind of things. Ziggy built that 10-story building, but 250 people died as they were working because she did not comply to safety regulations. Ziggy did this and the other. So that is very important. If you are busy working very hard, the way I think you're working, because if you weren't, you would not be at 8:30 p.m. this time, be sitting and having conversations with us in this manner. Okay, so there are two things, health and well-being. I'm not going to repeat the definition of health because I think all of you know it. This one is taught in schools and everybody knows it, that it is the state of complete physical, mental, and social being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. It's a World Health Organization definition. But the Canadian Wellness Index it then starts telling us that it is the presence of the well-being, not the health, is the presence of the highest possible quality of life in its full breadth of expression, and not necessarily exclusive to good living standards, robust health, sustainable environment, vital communities, educated populace, balanced time use, high and then the democratic participation, access to and participation in leisure and culture. These are the things that people are looking for these days. We know we've got the generation Zs and Ys. This is what they are looking for. If you are dealing with generation Ys and Zs, they are more about well-being. Even if you're talking to them about a product, that product must improve their well-being. Not just that they want to manage their time. Their time is very important, and that's why I kind of like the business that you are in, because you manage your own time, and you can have good living standards, and you can have robust health because you're selling amazing products that will help people to have. And can you imagine if you're talking to the people that you're introducing to your business, to your products, and you include the well-being definitions and the index of well-being, putting those kind of, it talks exactly into the kind of business that you guys are in. Because it's not just the health, it is the well-being, because it includes the communities where you want to live, the environment that you want to be in, the robustness of your health, all right? And then as people, we need to choose to be the best. As for you to choose to be the best you need to choose to be a player in life. And I am very happy that I'm talking to people that have already made their choice. Because to be in the business that you're in right now, it means you've chosen to be a player in life. And this is what you are doing. Because you can't be successful in this business if you don't get up and network. Because this is about social networking with economic outcomes. Choose to be accountable. How do you choose to be accountable? Hold people accountable and allow yourself to be held accountable for your actions and for whatever you say. And that's important. Remember, it's part of the building blocks of building your reputation. Choose to service over self-interest. Who are you serving and why? Remember, we say that our lives are not just about quantitative earnings, they are also about qualitative earnings. That's why we are here now, and none of us is going to be paid for this 1 hour that we are here. You have chosen to come and spend this hour because you want to be of service to others. You have given up your self-interest of sitting and watching TV because you want to make yourself the better you to serve others. And in my view, you've already made those choices. Choose to focus forward. And when you focus forward, you have got a highly imaginative mind. You are futuristic in your thinking. You are living today, but you understand that tomorrow needs to be catered for one way or the other. And your actions today, you know that they have far-reaching consequences. That is choosing to focus forward. And then when you fall, you fall forward. When you fail, you don't sit back and say, I can't do this. When you fail, you tell yourself what lesson, you ask yourself, what lesson have I learned? Once you get it, dust yourself up and you get up. They say you fall 7 times and you get up 8 times. Choose to play your genius. We are all geniuses in our own ways. Earlier on, I spoke about strengths. We all have various different strengths, and the combination is magic. If I were to take the 42 people on this call and pile up their strengths, believe you me, we can roll an island. We can push and roll an island over. This is how strong you are. If you choose to play your genius You're choosing to be deliberate. You're choosing to be intentional. You're choosing to make very calculated risks. You're choosing to make very calculated decisions because you understand what your house on the hill is. And I would love Ziggy to come at some point in time, be it next year or whenever, and ask the same group whether they have reached their house on the hill or how far they are to their house on the hill and what milestones they see themselves building to get to the house on the hill. That's the topic that I discuss with people that I coach when I coach business people. Because I always say, you have to be intentional. Understand where you are, understand where you're going, understand the steps that you need to take. And then I'm going to share you some last words from Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is one person that I love a lot. And even in my lecturing, when I talk to students at the business school, I talk to them about Steve Jobs because for me, he's got lots of lessons. And there's one thing that touched me about him towards the end. He says he had reached the peak of success in the business world. In the eyes of others, my life has been the symbol of success. However, apart from the job, I have a little joy. In the end, the wealth is just a fact to which I'm used to it. At this time, lying on the hospital bed and remembering my whole life, I realized that all the awards and the wealth of which I was so proud have become insignificant in front of the imminent death. This is when he was on the life missions and he realized that the cancer was taking his life away. There is another one which is even worse than this, but what I'm saying is, let us look at this. Let us look at this man that invented the iPhones, the computers that we have now. These what do we call them? Steve Jobs computers. The iPhones and the associated computers. You know what they are. So this is the great man of great invention. But this is how helpless he was lying on that bed, because the money doesn't help you when you are there. It actually does nothing for you. But what helps you when you're in that state is the quality of relationships that you have built, is the quality of the environment that you have around you, is the quality of friends that you surround yourself with. It is the quality of life that you have had with your loved ones that will smooth your way as you transition into your other world. Not an easy world to transition into for the one that's going and the ones that are remaining behind. But just imagine if you close your eyes, understanding that you have contributed, you've contributed positively, and the people behind you are proud of you. So we're talking about pursuing a life well lived. And this is part of what I got from the Gallup Summit in 2021. And there are 5 things that they talk about. They talk about the career. You need to like what you're doing each day and being motivated to achieve. You cannot be in this business because Ziggy is in it or Thandi is in it. It has to be something that you want to be in. It has to be your heart and soul. You have to be in it. Your 2 feet have to be immersed in it to the knees. Social, having supportive relationships and love in your family and circle, very important for you to be successful and for you to be well and enjoy and say, I am pursuing a life to be well lived. Have those highly supportive relationships. And I know that in your networks, you support one another, which is brilliant, and continue to build those relationships because those are your safety nets. Financial, manage your economic life to reduce stress and increase security. I know you do get some beautiful holidays that I'm so jealous of through your network program, but understand as well that you've got today, you've got tomorrow, and you need to plan. And what community do you live in? You choose. And if you do your work very well and you are intentional, as we said, you will be able to make the money to choose exactly where you want to live and be proud of your community and your surroundings. And then the physical side is have good health, enough energy to get things done, do the best that you can to keep yourself in best shape. Because if you don't have your health, you actually don't have a life. And if you don't have a life, all the four above are useless, because you're not going to have a career, you're not going to have friends, you're not going to have a community or anything for that matter. So what prevents you or us from maintaining our well-being? It's the workload and the work pace. We pace ourselves and we take pride in the fact that, oh, I never spent a full week at home for 6 months because I was jetting up and down. That, for me, is being a public success and an absolute dismal failure in my house. Because then you've got things that are happening that you are missing out. You're missing in action, and you can only regret that afterwards in life. So we need to manage our workload and we need to manage our work pace. We are not in competition with anybody. We're in competition with ourselves. As long as you run your race and you run in your own lane, you'd be able to enjoy your life, and you will actually be able to maintain a life of good well-being. Poor time management is one of the things that actually is the greatest enemy, because time is one of the most expensive currencies. People charge their time per hour in this world. And you will know that there are people, if you wanted to bring Lady Gaga, or you wanted to bring, who's one of the, or Justin Bieber, or you wanted to bring Kim Kardashian to your function, just imagine how much you would pay, because time is money. So just be mindful how you manage your time, how you spend your time. Get into the habit of understanding that time is your currency, and your currency, you want to bank it so that it gives you interest. What do you get out of the time that you spend? Spend your time with people that increase you, not people that decrease you. Spend the time with people that challenge you, and try to avoid to be a big fish in a small pond with sardines. Because if you're a big fish in a small pond, you get the false impression of success, and you start thinking that that's it, you have arrived, not understanding that there is the sea. And when you get there, my dear tilapia, you will find the sharks, you'll find the tunas, you'll find the snooks, some other bigger fish. So try to surround yourself. I'm not talking about riches or quantitative things here. I'm talking about qualitative things and qualitative people, people that will increase you, people that will encourage you, people that will tell you the truth, people that will be honest to you, people that wish you well genuinely, and you know who they are. Surround yourself with those people, but they must be achieving more than you so that you can learn from them. If you become the teacher of your stable, then you lose the plot very quickly. The mistaken external perception that a business person must be flat out busy 24/7, that's fallacy. Just remember that you need time to breathe. You need time to recharge your batteries as a business person. And let's also be aware of the internal critical voice that berates us than applaud us. This is the confidence wrecker. There are some people who always second guess themselves. Please don't do that. Don't second guess yourself. If you feel that you're second guessing yourself, just understand that that is the destructive voice that's coming in. Talk to someone about it and help yourself to chuck that little negative voice out. Because if you are pessimistic, you're not going to get anywhere too far too soon, because you put all those stumbling blocks on the way for yourself. The best way to do it is to try and kill those critical voices that come from within. Tell yourself that you are great. Tell yourself that you are enough. Tell yourself that you are good. Of course, you are not comparing with anyone. You're talking about yourself within your lane, within your race, not in comparison with anybody. If you tell yourself that you're the greatest thing better than X, then that's probably the wrong thing. And you're getting lost because you start running into other people's lanes. If you start running into other people's lanes, you collide, and then you trip and fall, and you don't win your race. the emphasis on tactical rather than the strategic issues. People take pride in the fact that I am hands-on. A real business person doesn't have to be hands-on on everything else. A real business person understands how to collaborate, understands how to leverage on other people's strengths, understand how to win-win with others, because you don't just have to be the winner in the space, the only winner in the space. You have to win with other people. If you are actually having that attitude of win-win, you get very far very quickly. And then external, pride. Sometimes when you think you know so much, blind incompetence, you don't know, but you think you know a lot, that's a problem. And pride, remember, is the man's worst enemy. External locus of control. Are you holding yourself accountable? Are you blaming other people for the problems that you have in your life, for the success that you are not getting? Do you trust that other people are going to do as good as you would if you entrusted them with something to do, if you're working as a team, if you're working as a cohort? Do you have self-leadership? If you don't have self-leadership, you won't have followers. Even if you were selling bread, if you can't lead yourself and you're walking around the streets falling over your bread, I won't buy it. So if you're going to be showing people any product, you have to be exemplary. You have to show the leadership of honesty, of understanding your product, and talking about things authentically and honestly. Lack of personal vision and purpose. If as a business person you don't have a personal purpose and personal vision, you're hardly gonna have anybody wanting to follow you. Now, how can you, as a business owner, as a professional, build your own well-being? One, by being curious about what's happening and your routines, being courageous enough to make changes. And here we're talking about being courageous to unlearn things that don't serve you and learn the things that will serve you and increase you. Seeking support from the communities that we spoke about. And believe you me, developing a new skill, whatever that skill is, look around you, look around the world. We are in the world now of digitization. What is it that you can learn? There's so much that you can learn. And because we're learning from home, you can learn from a friend, you can learn from a school, you can learn from a community. There is so much to learn. And then embrace the right integration of technology. It's important. And right now we're using this Zoom platform. We all had to learn during the pandemic to be comfortable using Zoom. I never used to be comfortable talking to the screen and not seeing the faces like now. I used to get very distressed, but now I'm getting used to it because this is it. Create new experiences for yourself and others and take time out. Be present in those photographs. Take your families out. Take your significant others out. Go out with your friends, have fun. Enjoy those barbecues. Don't be the person that's always in the rut, busy working. Have that time when you're not going to talk about business. This is our friends' time. This is our family time. Don't be that person who people will see and they say, let's run. She's going to talk about her coaching business. No. There's a time for everything. Nurture healthy relationships and be able to let go of those relationships that don't serve you because they're time guzzlers, they're time wasters. Imagine when you spend your time talking about he said, she said, they said, and embed diversity and inclusion. And here I'm talking about embrace people that are different from you, people with different views, people of different ages, people of different color, people of different ethnic origin, people that are coming from different professions than you. Embrace those, embrace that diversity. And there's so much richness in diversity. If only you could listen and get to hear and understand what other people bring in your life, you will be very rich. Get help from experts, especially if you're in business, your finances, your taxes, people to coach you, because remember we said there's nobody who is everything. So in conclusion, I just want to say to you, you matter and your brand matters. Your brand opens or it can close doors, and that is your reputation. Guard your reputation with your life, because that's all you've got as a person. Money can come and go, but your reputation can't just be broken and built. It's not easy to do that. You are you, you're not a business, and you are not a type. Just be authentic and have fun in the process. I like the type of business that you are in, because you can have fun in the process. You can't do your business and at the same time go on holiday. How beautiful. If you want to leave a legacy behind, which is what I believe you want to do, lace it up with integrity and kindness, because that will linger on. And the beautiful thing that has happened during this pandemic is that it has highlighted the importance of pursuing a life well lived. Just our well-being. We spend time with our loved ones, we spend time with our families, with our friends. I, for one, have benefited from the pandemic. It grounded me. And I was saying to people this afternoon, I didn't realize how much my children eat. Because the minute I fill the fridge, the next minute is empty. But before, I never used to understand. I thought that money will fill my fridge and my children will eat and it's fine. But when you are present, you actually see. And it is such a privilege and a pleasure to be there. And mental health issues. Nowadays, the pressure that we put ourselves in, the loneliness because people are living alone. Some people have lost their loved ones. Some people have made the choices that they're going to be loners in life. And some people, they just don't have the right health because of all these diseases that we have. We've had lots of people taking on their lives. We've had lots of people that are living poor quality lives, not out of choice, but because of the pandemic. And the mental issues are really high. I'm sure you understand gender-based violence, homicides, femicides, all these things is because of the mental health issues. Now, the message from me to you is determine your current state after having had what you've shared. Determine what your future state will look like. Identify your gaps. Talk to your friends, talk to your cohorts, talk to your teams, talk to your friends that you trust, and then create your action steps to turn your life around and live the best life that you want and be the best version of yourself. Thank you so much.
Wow. Honestly, not like I didn't know what you were capable of, but just listening to you again, you just blow me away when you speak. And I love the calm, the pace with which you deliver your message. It's just very heartwarming. And thank you so much, guys. If you appreciated what you've heard this evening, I told you it's not like what we imagine work-life balance is about. Let's show her some love on the chat box. Thandi, if you look at the chat box, you will see what people are actually posting there. And of course, if you have questions, you want to post it as well, even though she did such justice to it that I'm not sure if people have questions. But I just want to highlight certain things that you mentioned, which really struck me. And one is also very grateful, because we in the Secret Family, we are very privileged to have a business, like you mentioned, that allows us to marry the two. But then we still have that dysfunctional, situation where, because we want to be successful in a certain way, we don't take advantage of what this business learns to us. It's actually a fun business. It makes us, we're supposed to actually have fun while doing it, create these relationships. You talked about building the relationships, serving one another, service. It's huge. You mentioned that. And then leveraging. You talked about leveraging of the skills and the talents and the contributions from the diverse group that we have and the community that we've built. So that is also big. And when it says being happy that you not only think about winning yourself, but also helping others to win. So when everyone is winning, there's a lot of love, so much joy and happiness in the system. And that's what we have here. And then we talked about the good life with the well-being, which you talked about. So, I mean, as you spoke, I was making those notes and I'm saying, you know what? I will give an arm and a leg to ensure that I'm able to tap into everything that, secret business or community offers. It's not just a business. It's about your total well-being, your lifestyle, being able to spend that quality time with your family and friends through our travel program, and that makes it affordable for the ordinary person if they want. The question is, do you want? So we need to get to the point of knowing that these are the things that we need to do and try to reach it. And you can see, I hope you can see all the thank yous pouring out. Awesome presentation, wonderful, empowering. Thank you so much, powerful presentation. This is one of the most beautiful community of people that I have come across, and I'm so glad that they have found a lot of value like I have found interacting with you. And if you have any questions, you can post on the chat box. Yeah, go on.
Can I post my email address? If any one of you wants to contact me for any reason, or if you need a business coach, I'm quite happy to reveal your strengths at some point in time. I'll put my email address. You can also link up with me on LinkedIn. I don't have a Facebook account. I don't have an Instagram account. I don't have time for those technologies.
LinkedIn is fine. We have a lot of people on LinkedIn here as well. Please go ahead. It's this is I believe in giving and receiving, you know, giving and taking. It's not a one-way traffic. You have given us your time, your nuggets. I mean, I know you were busy the whole day. I was there with you, so I know. And you still took out time this evening to share with us, so it means a lot. So please post your email on the chat box, and feel free, viewers, to contact Thandi if you need her services. We always need, sometimes you need help to move you from point A to point B, to unlock what is lurking behind you that maybe your interactions with us has not enabled you to unlock. Sometimes you need a professional like this to help you unlock the gold and the diamond in you, and that can just change the game for you in what you've chosen to do. And I'm just happy that a lot of us here, we chose what we are doing. We had something that happened to our community sometime in January, and so the crop of us that are now together literally chose to be together. And that's the beautiful thing. And it's just made it so much more enjoyable working with everyone. So any questions for Thandi, or is she going to be let off the hook? I think she really touched on every aspect. I mean, it's not just about time management or this. You approached it from a holistic point of view. So I would not be surprised if we do not have any questions. Even the few questions I noted during the day, earlier in the day, you took it up a notch this evening. So I'm very happy because I know that you had to speed up your presentation earlier today. So I'm so happy that we had you this evening to get the full dose of what you're sharing. So any questions on the chat box for Thandi? Let me take a look. All right, we have 1 minute to go, so no problem. In the absence of any questions, I would just like to ask you, what would be your parting word for us? We just to, you know, something you want us to just part with this evening after such a beautiful presentation, something you want us to hold on, to remember, or to, you know, if we didn't get anything else that you said, this is what you want us to take away.
Okay, funny enough, I was asked the same question by a facilitator at the school. I did share with you that I teach as well at the business school, and I was saying, if there's anything that you need to remember, is to remember that you owe yourself kindness. Just be kind to yourself, and the world will be kind to you.
Wow, short and simple.
And be intentional with everything that you want to do. If you're intentional and you're kind, the rest will just follow.
Amazing. Thank you so much. These are little things we take for granted. Very short and simple and powerful. Be intentional and be kind to yourself. What you can't do to yourself, nobody else can do to you. It's a simple thing. So thank you so much. Let's show Thandi some love. We will be coming back again next week with another beautiful topic. And as usual, we're just here to share and give value to our loved ones. There's so many people suffering from one thing or the other. They don't know how to deal with it. One little thing they might hear can just unlock and, help them to deal, go over what it is. So that is just the purpose of the Wow Wednesday. It's a giving Wednesday. It's a Wednesday of sharing and empowering and moving people from not knowing to knowing something, in their life. So Thandi, I want to thank you again so much for your time. It means a lot, and we've learned a lot. I hope you are seeing all the love from our incredible secret community, and everyone is very, very, very happy. And I'm sure one or two people might reach out to you that may need your help. So thank you very much once again. And I wish everyone a beautiful evening. And I look forward to welcoming you next week on another episode of our very beautiful Wow Wednesday. Thanks and have a great evening. Bye for now.
Thanks, Ziggy. Thank you so much for having me. Bye.
Thank you. Bye for now. Thank you.